let us look at coal. When I joined as coal secretary, it was crisis, crisis, and crisis. In fact, when I was posted as coal secretary, I didn't know much about the sector. So I rang up a friend of mine and asked him, "Yaar, coal sector kaisa hai?" Usne kaha, "Gangs of Wasepur dekhi hai kya?" So that settled everything. One understood how troublesome it was. But whatever little success were achieved was an account of taking stakeholders into confidence. And stakeholders was the Prime Minister himself, my minister, the state governments, which are very, very important stakeholders. So we engaged with them. I must tell you that during my tenure as coal secretary for 2 years, I didn't have a single meeting in Delhi. I may have been the only secretary government of India who was engaging with the states, not taking meeting in Delhi. I used to go down to the states and convey a value proposition to the states. Now, this is very, very critical. If you want to sell your idea and you want to make things happen, the so-called adversary or your partner, he must understand that what you are saying is beneficial to him. Because if that doesn't happen, your idea will not travel much of a distance. I'll give you a single instance. There are many such instances, and many of them have been narrated in my book. But one I must narrate. Mr. Mamata Banerjee was going hammer and tongs against the center. And West Bengal has a lot of coal. So Coal India wanted land for mining coal. So how do you approach that? Because politically it was impossible. So I went over to Kolkata. The chief secretary who was junior to me, but I went over to his room, had a cup of tea, and I took a piece of paper with me in which I had written, by not allocating land to Coal India, the state government is losing the following by way of revenues, by way of employment. And I gave him a half a page handwritten note. And I told him that I can write this to you in a formal letter. And maybe 5 years down the line, the CAG will say that the state government lost our revenue and things like that. I don't want that. I don't want a CAG report. I want action. So I told him, why don't you tell the chief minister that keep politics apart. This is economics. The state government stands to benefit and central government doesn't have a single penny, except that the fact that the coal production of the country will increase and we are in a crisis. I don't know what he did to the chief minister. We got the land in West Bengal. Unthinkable at that point in time. So there are many such examples where engaging with, the question here is, whenever you go to talk to somebody, you have to keep these factors in mind and understand the person as to what is of interest to him. If that you can do, things will happen.